The Swedish Air Force historic flight, the SAAB B17A. SAAB product when it merged with SAAB, and there's quite a lot of American influence in this design as well. And it's fully aerobatic. American influence was because American engineers were working for ASIA to support licensed production of the Northrop 8A1 attack bomber and the North American NA-16 trainer members who left Sweden when war broke out. This design for a reconnaissance aircraft was given the test designation P7. It was intended to be able to fly with wheeled or ski undercarriages or on floats. And the P7B had a very eventful maiden flight in May 1940 when the canopy flew off and hit the test pilot Clay Smith on his head. And he made a safe landing at Linköping, the SAAB factory airfield, even though he had blood streaming down his face. Of the Swedish Air Force. They had quite a lot of different engines. This one here has a Pratt & Whitney STWC3 of 1,065 horsepower. And when they came into service, the SAAB 17s were a very big advance on the aircraft they replaced. Delivered to F3 wing of the Swedish Air Force at Meltlet in February 1942, and then F2 wing at Haganäs received them, flying maritime reconnaissance and naval cooperation missions. They flew long-range patrols of the Baltic, as well as convoy escorts and anti-submarine patrols. The B17A bomber model, like this, came into service with F4 wing at Ostersund in 1944. And in spite of Sweden's neutrality, SAAB-17s had a certain number of encounters with Axis aeroplanes. The aircraft of F-3 wing were fired at by German flak. One of them was attacked by a Messerschmitt Bf-109, which caused a bit of a diplomatic incident. German vessels in the Skagerrak, the strait between the Jutland Peninsula of Denmark, the east coast of Norway and the west coast of Sweden, shot at B-17s of F-7 wing from Saltenus but did no damage. Diving in for what will be the aircraft's final pass, occasions when SAAB-17s encountered Allied aeroplanes flying from their base at Kalmar in southern Sweden. B-17s from F-12 wing escorted various Allied fighters either to turn them away from Swedish airspace or escort them to land. And the aircraft's achievements carried on. One SAAB-17 was used as Saab's first test bed for the then nascent ejection seat technology. The frontline aircraft were mainly retired around 1947-48, but some of them were kept on for weather reconnaissance and liaison work. The last wasn't struck off charge by the Swedish Air Force until late 1955. A small number were supplied to a secret unit called the Danish Brigade, which included, amongst others, Danish airmen who had sought refuge in Sweden, ready to fight against German forces occupying Denmark when the time came. They nearly conducted a mission, an attack on Aalborg Air Base, before the war ended, but then the Germans surrendered and the Danish pilots never even got to fly them home. SAAB-17 served with Ethiopia in some numbers and saw combat there. They served until the 70s in Ethiopia. Last December, it's been in the hands of the Swedish Air Force Historic Flight, which has a tremendous collection of historic Saab aeroplanes, mostly jets, as far as the Saab machines are concerned, to its name, and it's thanks to that organisation that we see it here this weekend. And there you can get a great look at those enormous undercarriage fairings cum dive brakes. The SAAB B17A of the Swedish Air Force Historic Flight. Routine from its pilot.